All right, guys, we're back. We're back on the live streams. Listen up. I didn't do a live stream for quite a while, but I think that we are at a stage at the market where everyone needs this one. Why do I say need this one? This live stream is especially for everyone who is down 70 to 80%, or who just thinks, okay, I don't have a grip anymore on the markets. Okay, and to be honest, I totally get it, because I get a lot of people now in my DM every single day questioning what happened. Okay, because everything seemed to go so well, and they went into the right projects, and all of the stuff is what they thought. And now when they look at their portfolio, it is down 80%, and they don't know what to do anymore. And this is why the title of this video is as well, that you've been most probably been used as exit liquidity. Okay, and this is something that you can see as a very bad thing, and you can hate the space now, or you can see it as one of the biggest blessings out there. Okay, and we need to make sure that we are heading towards the second one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through my entire plan, how you can do this. Okay, and I'm going to show you the exact pitfalls in this space on how people trap you. Okay, you need to understand that the financial space is one of the biggest spaces where people can get trapped. Why? Because it is directly in touch with finance. Okay, so when you're looking at the drop shipping and all of the stuff, they will trap you into different things. Okay, but in the trading space, it's mainly they just try to absorb as much capital as possible from you. That is what the finance space unfortunately has been used for a very big sum. Okay, so we are going to do this now. Listen up. What I want to ask you is the only thing I ask in return is go to your Instagram, make a picture that you're watching this, share it, tag me, so I can see that I'm bringing impact to this space. Okay. So if you're making this picture now, nice. Okay. Okay, guys. Listen, I will quickly need to see again how this actually works. I did a 30 days, 30 live stream challenge where I shared. Let me see. 1 second, guys. 1 second. Yes. Yes. Okay. Ben ik nog steeds live? Okay. Guys, am I still live? I think so, right? I do think so. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Wait, guys, can you see the screen now? Not live. Huh? Yeah. Okay. Can you hear me now as well? Everything okay, guys? Can you hear me? Yeah? Okay. Okay. Used as exit liquidity, time to fight back. What do I mean with time to fight back? Listen up. Why is it important to watch this stream? It's very simple. First of all, you're richer than you think. Okay, this is something that is pretty hard to see, especially in the beginning stages of your trading space. Especially when you started with 10K or you started with 1K, and now all of that money is taken away from you. Okay, because you went into maybe a certain group, you invested in a token, and now that money is gone. Besides this, you need to understand the game before you actually play the game. So let's first of all start with the first one, and that is you are richer than you actually think. Okay, if you lost 70% on your 10K, that still leaves you with 3K. If you lose 50% of your $1,000, then that still leaves you with $500. If you got it for free and you found it, you know what to do. Okay. For example, let's say you are out on the streets. Okay, it is in the middle of the evening, and you find this. Okay, this is, what is this? Let me see. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 500 euros. Yes, you find this on the street. No one is there. Okay, it's there for you to take it. You most probably you pick it up, and you're going to talk the entire week about it. That you found this on the ground. Why? Because at the end of the day, you can do nice stuff with the money. Now, this is what the reality is. What the problem is that a lot of people, they go into the space, they invest 1,000, and now they invested it in some stupid coin, okay? Because most people, they lost their money on a stupid meme coin or in a call group or anything else, okay? Now what they do is the money that is left in that token, and literally I'm talking about cucumber with butt token, okay, just some random token, yes? Now because they still have this money left in that token, they want to make it back out of anger, out of ego, because they don't want to be wrong. For example, okay. Now one of the biggest problems in this is this is one of the biggest traps in the financial space, okay, and in investing, where you invest in something, and now instead of thinking, okay, it is still money, they see it as that token, okay? So they don't see it as real money anymore, but they see it as that token. Now what happens when you do this is you're going to completely disattach yourself from that value. And you see it as, yeah, no, I don't have any money anymore. It's all gone. Now, what I want you to understand is if you keep it in that token that most probably isn't going to do anything anymore, then indeed, okay, your money is gone. But what I want you to understand is for most of you, there is a wallet full now that where you can just basically pick up the money, okay? So thinking that I don't have any money anymore is one big problem. You need to understand how much potential that money actually has, okay? When I'm going to look at myself, when I'm looking at the NFT space with $500, okay, $500, I made more than 1.2 million in the NFT space, okay? When you're going to take a look at Toshi, the one that I literally shared everywhere publicly, it did 950x, okay? So this means that if you put in $1, you will get $950 back. Your $500 that you now have in some random token won't do anything now. If you allocate it in the right project, because you start to know what you're actually doing instead of relying on other people, has this potential, okay? It can go towards this. Now imagine if you have your 3K left. So if I'm talking about people who invested 10K and they are down 70K, okay? It could be worth this if you know what you are doing. So I want you to understand that for a lot of people, you are way richer than you think. But because you disattached yourself because of a certain loss, and you now see yourself as a loser, it is on you to say, you know what, I'm not going to accept that label as a loser. I'm going to look at the money that I still have, and I'm going to embrace it, okay? And this is something that you need to do. Now, you will only be able to play this game if you understand the rules of the game. The number one rule is never rely on anyone, okay? Write this stuff down, okay? Grab yourself a pen, and this is the most important rule. Rule number one of finance, trading, or just anything in business, never rely on anyone. And if you're watching this now and you're not writing it down, you're a loser, okay? Right. So again, never rely on anyone. When I say this, don't rely on signal groups. Don't rely on call groups. Don't rely on copy trading, okay? Understand that with all of these three, you rely on someone. When you are joining a signal group, you are relying until he posts the next one, okay? Almost 99% of every signal group is not profitable. Let's say that one guy is actually profitable and you are making money. Then I want you to understand that you still rely on him. God forbid he dies in a car crash, okay? What are you going to do? What is your vision for the next day? You won't know. Let's say you go into a call group, okay? Again, same thing. You are relying on someone else's skill. This is something you don't want to do, because when you make money back, so let's say, for example, I invest this and I get this in return, what happens automatically is I will feel smart. I will feel like I have a skill, even though it is from a call group. Now, this is one big problem. A lot of people, they made some money from call groups, yes, at the highs of the market, and they saw it as their skill. And they thought, no, I don't have to learn more about the trading space because I already make money. It's all fine, but you relied on someone else. Same goes for copy trading, guys, okay? Exactly the same thing. You may deposit your money on an account that someone else is going to trade for, but what happens? You still rely on someone else. Now, when you're looking at this one, okay, so signal groups, I want you to understand that signal groups itself have a certain business model, and it basically is they will let you go towards their site. Okay, so they say on Instagram, listen up, I have this watch, I have multiple in the safe, I have a few cars downstairs. Why? Because I master trading, and I found a new business model for you. If you want to have this lifestyle as well, don't worry, I already do the work for you. Because for me, it is as easy as just you copying my trades, and I will send everything to you. That is what it seems like. Then you want to go into their group, and what happens is you need to sign up somewhere. It's through a broker or any other link, okay? It's still free. They say, listen, if you want to have access, you need to deposit at least $400 or $500, okay? You do this, yes? And again, it's still free because you can still use that money for yourself. Now, they are going to give you a list of tokens or a list of trades. And most of the time, it's 3 to 5 a day. You're going to take this with that $500. And most of the trades that you actually take are not anymore from that influencer. That influencer was just making sure that you went through this step. Okay? Now, what I want you to understand is that once this is done, you are now just following and I literally know people, and they told me that they get signals from some Indian guy from $5 a day through Fiverr who is sending in trades because they want you to trade, so you throw away as quickly as possible that $500, because if you did an X amount of trades, they will get their money. They will get their commission. Okay? So they will first give you a unique link, then the visitor goes there, deposits the money, then you have this, the guy gets money, and with that money he buys another car to lure in even more people. Okay, this is what happens when you go into signal groups. Be very careful with this. Okay, again, I live now for 5 years in Dubai. One of the reasons why I don't like networking here a lot is because 90% of the traders who you meet here are signal group guys. And when I tell them that I actually trade, they literally laugh. Okay? And again, this is the sad thing about the finance space. There are just so many opportunities how people can make money from other people. So be careful with this. Now we have call groups. Okay? Call groups. When you're looking at this, the space explained. If you look at the crypto space in general, you have 4 stages of a project. Okay? And how they make money. Now, it all starts with the first line of people who makes money on a project is the project itself. So the team, okay? So the team of the project and the founder are the first people who make money in the space. Now, after that, they give some tokens towards hedge funds and venture capitals, okay? But they give that already on a premium. So these two are already being shit on by this bird, okay? Now, what do hedge funds and venture capitals do? They make deals with influencers, okay? The influencers, they are, again, still at the right position, okay? Same goes for the early adapters itself. So when I'm looking at Toshi, for example, with Toshi, I was an early adapter. I bought in at 1 million, okay? So $1 million market cap. The guy who owned the project, he bought in at 10K. Okay, so that's a big difference. Still, I was very early, 1 million, all the way towards 950. But there's one guy, this guy, who stepped in at 10K. Okay, so that is the difference already. And the last one is the speculators. And those are the guys who buy into the top. Okay, this is the moment when they throw it into their call groups. Okay, it's basically just to shit on you. That is something you need to understand. When you're looking at this space, this is the danger, okay? They literally have groups so they can make a deal with Bird 2 to shit on Bird 4. Guess who is Bird 4? It's you. What your primary goal should be is to get on top, okay? So is to climb up the ladder in this space. But to climb up the ladder, again, you first need to understand what the ladder actually is. So write this down. Bird 1 makes the most money. That is a project or the team. Number 2, the Bird 2 is hedge funds and venture capitals. Bird 3 early adapters, that is basically the sweet spot, and influencers. Okay? And then you have bird 4, speculators, the place where you absolutely don't want to be because you're just taking a lot of shit from everyone. Okay? Now, what I want you to understand is when you're watching this at the best possible time. This is something I said at my Instagram story as well. Most journeys of the profitable traders, they start here, but most journeys of speculators end here as well. When you're looking at the space or just the journey of a trader, it all starts always with some beginner's luck. So you maybe made your first money on a meme token or a call group that you joined and it went all right. Okay? What happens afterwards is you will get a down move, 70 to 90%. I want you to understand that this right here is indeed where 70 to 90% of the people stop as well. In the beginning stages as a trader, your emotions are linked directly to the markets. So this means markets up, emotions up. Markets down, emotions down. Okay? Same goes for here. And there is at one point a moment when someone says, you know what, I can't handle these emotions anymore. I'm going to disattach myself from the market. This is what's happening at this point right here. And this is why I wanted to do this stream. I really hope that if you're watching this, you're not one of those losers who is going to do that. I hope that you stay true to the markets. Why? Because I showed you the bigger picture. Okay? Because this is what the bigger picture is. Okay? This is what the bigger picture is. This is where the journey itself begins. You just had the trailer, yeah, of what it could be and how good it feels. Now you had the down move, and now it is time for you to actually lock in. Nothing in this world comes easy. If you want to make money, all fine, but you need to understand that you need to work for it. When you're looking at all these free things, you stepped into it because you thought that there was a shortcut. People jump into signal groups because they don't want to learn about the space. People join into call groups because they think, listen, he already does it for me. I don't want to work for it. So another shortcut. Same goes for copy trading. Well, sorry to tell you, the world isn't all rainbows and sunshine, okay? And it is time for you to actually lock the fuck in. How are you going to do this? You are going to say to yourself, okay, I am indeed here now, and it is time to see how much you still have, okay? When I talk about how much you still have, I want you to analyze your portfolio. But this is something we're going to do in a later stage of this video. Again, in this video, I'm going to give you 3 steps on how to actually do this in the proper way, okay? I want you to understand that this cycle right here will all depend on how much effort you are going to put in. Input is output, okay? A lot of people always say, yeah, and it takes around 1.5 or 2 years before someone becomes profitable. For the average guy, I would say that's fine. But I want you to understand that I don't like to talk to those average people. I want to talk to people who will become obsessed with it, okay? There's a very big difference in someone who says, listen, I'm going to lock in 1 hour a day, or someone who says, I'm going to sit 8 hours a day straight behind this thing to make it work. Do you think it is normal to say that they are going to end up at the same end space in the same time? No. One is going to be there way earlier, and he will learn way more lessons than the other one. Why? Because his input is way bigger. So his output will be way bigger as well. It will be faster as well. This period will be for you to decide how long it will take. When I'm looking at myself and when I took this serious, I was working my job knocking doors to door. Okay? Started at 9 in the morning, stopped at 12 in the evening. Went home, I lived close to the office, so it was around a 5 to 10 minutes walk. Went home, opened up my laptop, and started working again for 4 hours. This left me with around 4 hours to sleep before I needed to go back to the office again. Yes? I want you to understand that that was my input. I did everything that I was capable of to make this work. I don't like any excuses of, no, I don't have time and this and this and this. You better either wake up earlier or you sleep later. But there are no excuses. When I'm looking at most people at the moment, they have a lot of excuses no time and this and this and this. But when I look at their screen time, it's above 4 hours. This thing isn't going to help you, especially not social media. Social media is a place where people compare themselves and talk themselves down, and they speculate on other people, their lives. It is time for you to, instead of move from a speculator, to become a main character in your own life. This is something we want to create as fast as possible. A lot of people, they are way more worried about what a certain influencer is doing in the weekend than what they are doing themselves, because they are constantly watching movies of other people. Again, it is time to create your own reality. And how are you going to do this? By hustling in here. This is the hustle period, okay? And eventually we need to move towards this level, and this level. Now, the 3-step game plan, okay? It is time to take back control. Since what the people sold to you, it actually exists, but you just need to work for it. And this is something you need to understand. Again, when you're looking at the lives of what they're showing you, okay? When I'm looking at myself, I'm quite a materialistic guy, okay? I love fancy stuff, and it is not something to be ashamed for. And it is possible. But what I want you to understand is when you're looking at what most people show you, that it's just at the beach and this and this and this. No. When you're watching my stories, you will see that I work a very big part of the day as well. Why? Because trading is my office job, okay? And that is something that is a non-negotiable. So when I'm looking at this, the only mechanism that actually works in this space is to mix trading with investing. Now let me explain how this works. When you're looking at this, I want you to see it like, okay, we have trading on one side, and that is our office job. It is our 9 to 5. Okay, so trading is our 9 to 5. What the good thing is about trading is in trading, there is no bull and bear market like you have now. When you're looking at investors, they can't do anything at the moment except for buying. But a lot of people who are maybe watching this, you are already balls deep in the markets and you don't have any penny left to actually put it into the markets. This is when trading comes, okay? I want you to understand, for traders, a bull and a bear market is exactly the same, because we can long and we can short. So when for a lot of people the bull market is the golden era, I made almost more money in the bear market than in the bull market. Why? Because I know how to short. Because that is my office job. My office job is understanding everything about the trading space. In the trading space, I can make money here. I can make money here. I can make money here. I can make money here, here, here. I made a lot of money right here. And you can imagine how much it was here. Okay? This is what you need to focus on. You scrape money in one side, and with that money, we invest. What a lot of people do is they get attracted by the investing space. Why? Because certain influencers show you a lifestyle at this point here. Yes? And they will tell you, yeah, and it was because of this coin and this coin and this coin. All straight up lies. You go in here. Now you lose your money. You're going away here. You go again in the markets here with all of the money you made in your normal job, because this time it's going to be different. Boom. You sell it right here. Now you call the space a scam. Now the price is here and you think, oh yeah, finally it's coming back, and you get in again. What I want you to understand is, if you want to understand the space well, I want you to get completely rid of the idea of bull and bear markets. Why? Because when you're looking at this, you always call it a bull market or a bear market way too late. So when do people actually call it a bear market or call it a bull market? This is the space where people call it a bear market, okay, here. And they're even saying every single day there, I think we might go into a real bear market, okay? Always right here. Well, this is the moment where you could already have made money on the first downside, okay? So to call it a bear market here, you totally ignored this phase of making money. When do people call it a bull market? People are still doubting now if we are in a bull market. So this means that this entire time they have waited. Yes? Now, if we see new highs here, this is when they maybe say, okay, now it is a real bull market. and that is when they start investing. Boom. This entire move was ignored. Well, you can make a lot of money here. In trading, you learn to get rid of these FUDs. You want to always play it level to level. When I'm looking at my strategy, I'm a range trader. So the entire chart here is defined in levels. This means that I don't care about this price here, or I don't care about 12K, because this level, we need to tackle it first. This level, we need to tackle it first. This level, we need to tackle it first. Same goes for the upside. I'm not even close to talking about 130K BTC. Why? Because we first have this level to tackle, and we first have this level to tackle. Okay? I don't give a shit about if it's going to be a bear market. Why? Because in this area here, I will focus on what the upcoming level could be. In this way, I will never miss out. Okay? By playing it level to level, you will never miss out. Write that down. Okay? So write down, by playing it level to level in the markets, you will never miss out. By playing it with bull and bear markets, you will always miss. Okay? Write it down. Okay. Now, when you're looking at this, I want you to understand this. In trading, we harvest money. Okay? One of the benefits of trading is that you can all do it alone. So when you're looking at drop shipping and all of the other stuff, you will have payment holds and you will have all of the stuff. So you deal with other people. In the trading space, that's not the case. In the trading space, you fight here. And that sounds easy, but it is actually pretty hard. So we need to work a lot in here. Okay? You can do it all yourself, or you can get someone who knows about that. Okay? You need to completely attack that for yourself. I want you to understand that this space is all about harvesting, creating money here, yeah. So generating money and then multiplying it in another space. I see trading as my money generator. Okay, it generates me money. It is my job. I multiply it in the crypto space. So when you're looking at my Instagram, and for the OG people who are watching, I was one of the only influencers who was screaming here that I was throwing money at the markets. Why? Because I knew that from here, most tokens would do a 5 to 10x towards their all-time high. This was the moment as well when I started investing in Toshi, the 950x. It is at these moments where you make the most money. Same goes for how the market currently is. BTC took a quite a small hit, but when you're looking at the overall markets, so the alts, still down around 70 to 80%. This is the perfect moment to lock in, because this is the second moment to actually where you have the chance. But you need to have the freedom to actually do this. Now, to have this freedom, you need to go first through step one. And that is, where is the money? Okay? So I want you to write down for yourself, task one, where is my money? Okay? I want you to open every MetaMask. I want you to open every Phantom. I want you to open every wallet that you have and sum it all up. Okay? So you make a Excel sheet or you do something else, and I want you to see, okay, I still have so much money left. Again, because it is on the internet doesn't mean that it is unusable money. It is better to invest 100% in your own knowledge and know what your next move is going to be, instead of keeping it in a token that you got from a call group or just something else. Okay? Where you don't know of why it is in the project. Projects are like companies, and you need to know exactly what the company does. So that will be step two, but later on that, okay? So I want you to count exactly how much you still have. So you look at the money, and you're going to see, okay, I have so much money at the moment. If it's $500, if it's $5,000, if it's 100K, I really don't care, okay? But just make sure that for yourself, it's clear. The money that you see there is usable money. What you do with it, all on you. This is no financial advice, all educational purpose only, okay? when I'm looking at what I would do is I would say, okay, that money, what is in random tokens, I'm going to withdraw it to the normal dollar, and I'm going to see, okay, how does this space actually work before I'm going to make my money work again. So this is step 2. I want you to do a serious look at yourself, and I want you to ask yourself, what is your current knowledge about the space? What do you actually know about the space? Do you know the difference between a layer 1 and a layer 2? If the answer is no, you have a big problem. Okay? Do you know the difference, or do you even know what the TPS means? Transactions per second? Most probably not. If you look at your projects that you are in, can you name the founder of that project? If the answer is no, you have a problem. Now, besides that, what is your current level of the trading space? What do you know about the trading space? Do you have a broker account? Yes. Besides this, do you even have a strategy? Or is it just randomly picking some things from random groups? Okay. All these things need to be clear. Okay. If there are any weak answers towards these, you have work to do. Okay, so if you don't have a right answer on the first one, you have a lot of work to do. If you don't have the right answer on the second one, you have a lot of work to do. And especially on the third one, if you don't know that one, we have a lot of work to do. I want you to understand this, guys. When you're looking at the space, it is such a young market, so it is a cowboy space. Okay, when you're looking at your money, you are putting it into real projects. Yes. So when you're looking at most tokens that most probably it is currently in, there isn't a lot to win there. So what your first thoughts need to be is, okay, how do I actually know what a good project is? What makes a good project? Besides this, what makes a good trade? What makes a strategy? What kind of strategies are there out there? The strategy that I'm currently using, why did I pick it? Did I pick it because I really like the way of trading? Or did I pick it because someone else just told me and I thought, yeah, that should be the truth? I want you to understand that one first. You need to take a very deep dive in what you are actually doing. Okay? Now, besides this, who do you know? Yes? When you're looking at this is one of the most important factors for me. This is one of the reasons why I started my own Instagram. It was to build a team. Okay? I want you to understand one thing. One guy can work like a Jeff Bezos out there alone the entire year. Yeah? Hustled in his mother basement working. But you have 4 guys who do exactly the same thing. And in that 1 year, they will be 4 times further than that one guy. Not only are they 4 times further, but they have 20 times more fun as well. Okay? This is something I want you to understand. So when you're doing this journey, look at some of the people, join a community or do something where you do this together. So when you see these pictures, for example, these are pictures from last weekend where my entire group came towards Dubai and we meet up. Okay? I do meetups a lot. Why? Because I know the importance of doing this together. When I did this alone, there was one problem. A lot of times I almost stopped with this. Okay? Having friends is having insurance. For example, when I'm looking at this, yes, we were running at 3 a.m. during the night in the desert. Okay? If you do this alone, you will go towards a certain limit and then you say, no, can't do it anymore, and you will stop. Well, what happened there? Some people thought about quitting, but because there were some people behind them, they said, no, you're just going to run with us. Okay? At that moment, you need them. There will be a moment as well when they want to quit. And you need to be the guy who says, no, you're not quitting. We're just going to keep on walking. This is exactly the same in the trading space. You want to have a family around you who says, listen up, it is time to actually approach this in the right way. You're not going to stop. You already have sleepless nights. You need to know your why. Are you doing it for your family? Are you doing it for money? Are you doing it for anything? Yes. And with that group, you're going to attack it. besides this, it's a commitment that you do together, okay? Because again, there is no going back if you do it in the right way, okay? Now, a nutshell version of this stream. What I want you to do, again, is I want you to analyze your current state. And this is one of the most important ones. Where are you currently in this space? How much money do you still have left? Yes. And it will become a conscious choice if you're going to use it in the right way or if you're going to rely on hope. A lot of people, they will still rely on hope, where they say, listen up, it is in this project, but it might go back to break even, where I can still pull out my 10K. Okay? Well, if you ask them, do you know another project that you have a lot of beliefs in? Most of the time they say yes. And then I ask them, okay, so that project, what do you think that the potential is of that project? They will say, yeah, Camille, I think easily 10 to 100x. Then I ask them, okay, so you're leaving 3K in one account because you think that one might go back to break even, but you have another project where you believe in 10 times more that could go 10x or 100x. What does make more sense for you? To keep it in, to wait towards break even, or to say, you know what, I'm pulling it out and I'm going to work on the skill first, or I'm going to put it into the project that I actually believe in. Again, if you don't know anything about the space, don't invest anything in this. And you hear this from a crypto maxi, okay? Most people that come up to me, I would literally say, go out of the space. That is very weird, okay? Why? Because I know that they treat it like speculators and they treat it like gamblers. If you treat this market like a gambler, it will treat you like one as well. The only thing that keeps gambling and trading away from each other is that traders have risk management. But if you don't know anything about the space, you don't have any of this. There is no risk management for you, okay? So you are just basically a gambler. If you don't have a strategy, you are a gambler. If you are in someone's call group, you are a gambler. Why? Because you don't have a risk management strategy. So the saying 99% of the traders are gamblers is actually true. They are, because they don't know what to do. So what I want you to do is I want you to analyze your current state and be very honest. Just knowing what a blockchain is, it isn't enough. Just knowing the ICT strategy isn't enough. I want you to dive way deeper into what the trading and the crypto space is actually all about. Okay? Now, I want you to make your own battle plan to actually change this. Okay? You can always reach out to me for this. So on my Instagram, just send me a DM, or below this video, there is a entry question list as well to do a one-on-one with me, where I'm going to make a battle plan with you. Okay, so when you're looking at all of these people, for example, I made a battle plan with them. Yes, why? Because at the end of the day, having a goal and with no steps, it will always be just a dream. Okay, so a goal without a plan is just a dream. You need to understand that. Okay, so you need to create your own battle plan after this video. Take it serious, because again, if you just watch this video and you're going back afterwards to your normal life and you're just going to hope that your $500 one day will do something, you are basically just keeping your money on the roulette table. Okay? When I'm looking at most people, I always give the example of roulette. And I say, listen, for most people, it's better to go to the casino and put it in the roulette table. Why? Because then at least in 15 seconds, you know if you were right or wrong. For most people in the crypto space, they're waiting for 2 years. Okay? So you need to see it for yourself now. Now, besides this, do it together and have a fun journey. What I'm building here with this group is basically my life work. Okay? And I want to make sure that everyone who you see here has fun in the journey. The reason why I do this live stream as well is because for everyone here that you get everything out of the markets. And sorry that there are so many guys in this space who want to extract all of the money out of you for their own benefit. Okay, I want you to understand that this space gives so much opportunity and it gives so much benefits from pure passion of this space. I love trading, and this is why I want to show it to you people that it is actually possible. But for a lot of people, they are trapped in the idea of that they got scammed. Okay, and again, in a lot of businesses, you will get scammed. And what I said in the beginning, guys, 90% of the people stops after their first hit. And I know that 90% of the people who might watch this, they're going to do nothing with this information. But I talked to the 10% who says, Camille, you are right. I am down, but I still have the money, and I'm indeed going to make this work. That is what I want to aim for. I just hope to be the trigger for you. Okay? So again, make the game plan for you. Try to join the right communities. And basically, just good luck with the journey itself. Guys, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, where I share the reality of what life of a day trader is like. In the future, there will be a lot more trading content on here as well. I want to thank you all for being here, and I will see you all in the next one. Ciao, ciao.